Okay.
That's great. So nice to meet you today. It's a beautiful day to begin to start your day for you and for me in the middle day. So I will introduce me myself just a little bit. I think that it's important to know that life is beautiful, as I say, and I'm a life and conscious mindset coach and a breathwork mentor. And I love today to share with you a conscious breathing practice to unlock your solar plexus and release your diaphragm. The diaphragm is very, very important and very helpful in every area of your lives. So let me start the session just now. Just take a comfortable position. Sit down on a chair. So straight your back, shoulders low, and close your eyes. Let's begin. During this breath awareness exercise, where we focus on releasing ourselves from all emotional charge by the awakening of the solar plexus chakra, Manipura. It is important to be in a pleasant posture that you can comfortably keep for as long as possible. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Feel your breath full of life and energy and enjoy it. And breathe out everything you no longer want. Inhale and exhale slowly, without effort, without manipulation. Just let the breathe in and breathe out. Observe your breathing and breathe out all the feelings, all the physical sensations in your body. It's important now to keep connecting to your breath. Now you are the observer of your body, of your breath. Don't force your breathing, just be present and keep observing. Right now, ask yourself, do you feel the breath more in your abdomen or in your chest? Observe yourself. Listen to yourself. Focus on your body and on your breath. Be an observer, a witness. Inhale and exhale all emotions without any judgment. If you feel your breath more present in your chest, just put one hand on your belly and inhale slowly into your diaphragm. Let your belly gently rise. As you exhale, apply a slight pressure with your hand on your belly for 3 times. Enjoy this moment. You are in a safe place. If you feel you breathe more in the diaphragm, put both hands flat under your chest. As you inhale, observe your rib cage opening and your ribs expanding. As you exhale, observe your hands moving closer to each other. Inhale and exhale with a slight pressure with your hands and let the air go out fully. Breathe in and out And let all your thoughts in and out without any judgment. Simply observe. Imagine a bright yellow flower blooming on your belly button. Imagine a ball of golden light. Feel the intense heat of a burning flame. Your breath is longer, quieter, calm. Breathe in more deeply and let go of all resistance. Breathe in, breathe out and relax. Your body is fully relaxed. A sense of calm washes over you. Inhale and focus on your exhale. Visualize a smooth flow of your breath from your chest to your plexus. Take your time to visualize the smooth flow of your breath from your chest to your plexus. Gradually, you can feel the energy flow between your plexus and your brain. You can feel a boost of energy. Your mind is free and clear. Let the power of this energy spread throughout your body. Now, we will take 3 big breaths. Inhale deeply and let go. Deep breath and let it go. And a final inhale and a full exhale. You can slowly get back to your normal breathing pattern now and open your eyes feeling alive and refreshed. Now you are ready to move forward with a sense of calm and a clear mind. I hope you enjoyed this session together and hope to enjoy this meeting today with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. How do you feel, Josephine?
Relax.
Good, good. No,
It's perfect to start.
And yes, also I feel there's nothing. All the problems and things, they're gone.
Great. I'm very happy for you. That's great. It was the purpose of this session, just to let all distractions, all different things and in our mind, let it go and just be more in present, to be more in present for this moment together that we have to share. Because it's important to be more present. So thank you for listening me and for your attention, and I'm pleased to share this session with you all.
thank you so much. And I want to say thank you, Josephine, for attending live. And I want to say those who watch the replay, thank you so much for sharing your energy with us. As we say in the States, you could be anywhere, but at this time, watching this replay, Josephine being here, supporting and encouraging, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. So we're very grateful and thankful for you. And that's beautiful. Thank you. I felt really good about that. I still feel nice and relaxed about about with the breathing. And now that breathing, what type of breathing was that? Because aren't there several ways of breathing?
Yes, there's just, it's just, I write some script in order to put my conscious breathing effect. And it's just to be an observer, because I think that more you are an observer of your breathing, more you are in conscious on your breathing inside and outside. And so I am, as I say, I am an observer. You are the observer of your breathing, and I am the detective. And when you are an observer, I detect all dysfunctional breathing you can have, because you are more aware on your breathing inside.
Okay.
So that's it.
Cool. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, well, I guess that was right on time, because now we to get into the connecting. This is called the Breathing and Connecting Workshop, a love self workshop. So as we loved on our observation of breathing, now we can love on another powerful part of us. So I'm going to share this screen just for a moment, because I just want you to get a visual. So let me see. I'm going to share this here. Don't do it this way. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to take this down afterwards. So do you guys see do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to move this over here. Can you see Vibe High Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'm going to get started. The part of this workshop, the connecting, is loving on our vibrant vagus nerve, okay? And the title of this is Vibe High Vegas, the nerves of life. And as you know, those who know me, I know Josephine, I'm an energy gal. Everything is energy. It is all connected. It's intra and interdependent on one another. And my acrostic for energy is everything naturally engage, resonate, and gravitate towards the inside of you, which is your own universe. And I just put a little cap on here just to show how this system kind of works together. First, we have, and Josephine, she's a PA. So we know we have the central nervous system, and that just consists of our spinal cord and the brain stem. But then we have the peripheral nervous system, and the peripheral nervous system consists of the somatic, and that is our voluntary movement, our muscles with our sight, our hearing, our smell, our touching. Then we have the autonomic, and that's the involuntary nervous system. So that we don't have any control over that per se. Okay, and within that autonomic nervous system, we have the sympathetic, which that is the first thing when we're experiencing stress or threat. The first thing that if we can, we're going to flee. If we cannot flee, then we're going to freeze. If we cannot freeze, then we go to fight. And that's the sympathetic nervous system where we have high levels of stress. But then we have the parasympathetic, the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest. And that is the one that mellows us down, that keeps us with that chill pill, that keeps us from experiencing the chronic states of stress and anxiety. And within this parasympathetic nervous system, there is the vagus, and that's spelled incorrectly. That is the vagus nerve. It is the main nerve in the parasympathetic system. It is the longest nerve of our body, and according to Stephen Porges, who was the founder of the polyvagal theory, indicates that the vagal nerve it directly affects our wellness, physical being, and our well-being, our emotional state. So on that note, I just want to start because the vagus nerve is a very important component of our vital organ system. But I'm going to stay within the limbic system for today. And the limbic system we know has the amygdala, and the limbic system is our memory. It is our emotion. So. And also, I want to share with you, I didn't put it on here, but But there's also another nervous system, and it's called the enteric nervous system, and that's our stomach's brain. As Anne indicated, like in our stomach, the torso area, which is the solar plexus, but then on the topper part of our thorax, and that's the stomach's brain. Dr. Ross Hauser indicated that, like I have on here, that these are the nerves of life, just like blood that runs through our veins, that's nourishing and provides nutrients. Well, that's what the vagus nerve does, and it stimulates the internal organs. It has dealing with digestion, fulfillment, inner fulfillment, that respiration, blood pressure, heart rate control, and then emotions. And that's what I want to concentrate on today. And then we're going to have a couple of exercises. Our emotions, and when we think of emotions, we think of feelings and thoughts, but it's more than that. Our emotions is more than that. Our emotions are psychological states of thought. Some add feelings. I attribute feelings to more of a higher vibe, of a more love and joy. So emotions, I tend to gear that more so toward our human nature, and then our feelings are spiritual, our divine nature. The emotions are psychological states of thought, also physiological changes, and then expressive behaviors, and then how our natural tendency is to act or react. So I want to talk about that and getting into that moment in now with the emotion. I want to talk about anxiety. Now, anxiety, we tend to think of it as a thought. Anxiety is a state, is an emotional state. And as I just indicated, how the vagus nerve plays it is an important component in helping us sustain that homeostasis of balance within our emotions attached to our limbic system. Because I want to show you, that's why I wanted to show that picture that you can see, and you can see the actual vagus nerve. And what I found interesting about the vagus nerve is that it is, first I thought it was, I said, yeah, yellow. I said, oh, how apropos, yellow being our solar plexus, our power center, our judgment center. But then when you look closely at this picture, I noticed the pictures that when I would Google the image of the vagus nerve, it had a blend of yellow and orange. Orange is the color of our sacral, our protective negative mind, just as well as our solar plexus is our positive mind. So, and our sacral deals with emotion, the old stored emotions. So I thought that was very interesting. But although that the vagus nerve, it says vagus nerve, you do see there are two of them. So and I'm explaining this so that we can have a visual, because this is all about repairing and maintaining that vagus nerve, which is the nerves of life, which is to keep it vibrant, to keep us in our thoughts, because our emotion is an indication of our perception, how we perceive something. And as I share with claimants, I do, and those, I just went over to those who do not know me. I'm Dr. Anita Caprice, and I'm a mom and a grandma. I just went right into the vagus nerve, so I'm looking at the time since we were late. So yeah, I'm a mom and a grandma, and I'm an energy gal, and I'm a doctorate of metaphysical science. All right, so getting with the vagus nerve, this helps us as far as keeping our emotion, that stress level, at a minimum, and it helps to reduce that parasympathetic, that fight, flight, freeze state of tension and anxiety. And one thing, like I said, perspective. When as I help unemployed workers before we go into a hearing, they would always say, "I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous," and I say, you know what? Change the "I'm nervous" to "I'm excited." Because when I went to Wayne State years ago, In an oral communications class, the professor said there is no difference between nervous energy and excited energy. It's just how we perceive that energy. So I would share with claimants, I say, okay, let's do this. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. What we've done was shift our perception to that of how we're thinking. Nervous energy automatically makes us want to retreat. Oh, I don't want to do this. I have butterflies in my stomach. I'm nervous. I'm afraid. Excited energy makes us want to move forward, to be engaged. And that's part of the polyvagal theory. That first one is that engagement, the happy part of us. So with the vagus nerve, when we keep this vagus nerve just like our blood, this is the tangible, this is the formed energy, just like we have formless thought energy. When we keep the formed energy in balance, being the vagus nerve and how everything naturally engages and resonates with us, because what's on the outside shows us what is on our inside. So as we are nourishing and loving, self-loving on that vagal nerve, what we're doing is keeping centered, and we're also activating, we're stimulating that nerve to resonate to the brain, because it's afferent. In other words, our body system, the formed body system, is a bunch of nerves that sends information from our brain to our organs to our brain. So, and then within that is the perception of how we are receiving external stimuli, external data. So when we receive this external data in a calm demeanor or calm way, then what we're doing is physiologically, we're keeping our internal organs at a balance. And that's what the vagus nerve helps us to do. It helps us to keep our physiological anatomy in balance, because the physiological, which is the internal organ, all that is how a cell interacts with that organ. Because massage therapy had taught me that it's first atom, molecule, cell, tissue, organ, and there's a saying that there is issue in the tissue, meaning that when we have body aches and pains, then that means that, okay, that can share with us what areas of our energy is off-centered, what areas of our thinking may need to be flipped, but also, okay, if that vagus nerve needs to be stimulated so that it can share its happiness, so it can share its love and provide that positive, that high vibe energy with our physiological anatomy. Because anytime, whether we're happy, feeling joyous, feeling sad, feeling depressed, feeling hopeless, feeling any of those, or I should say experiencing, and I still do that because, I'm 66 years of age and all through life, it's feeling. So I'm trying to say, no, there's a difference. So forgive me when I go into that, but experiencing these types of emotions, it has a direct, profound effect on our physiological makeup. And what the vagus nerve does is help to keep our physiological anatomy in a calm state, and it helps us with health and vitality and happiness and health. So what I'd like to do is now show some exercises that we can do to help to stimulate that vagus nerve. And we don't have to know, you don't have to know why you're anxious or that's not necessary. I need to know why. We can be anxious because we didn't get what we wanted to get. We can be anxious or experience tension because of a trauma. We can be chronic anxious because we're concentrating on the past in all of this. And like I had indicated before, everything is interrelated and intra-related. So too are our thoughts. And as we are energy, then there's a saying as well that energy flows where thought goes. So as it's a round robin thing. So if my thoughts are on destructive, negative, because not all negative is bad, If my thought is on destructive, negative, then that's going to take an effect on my physiological makeup, on my physiological anatomy. That's going to affect the vagus nerve, how the vagus nerve is going to be sending information from the brain to the organ, and how the information is going to be sent from the organ to the brain. And that is the mood, how we are, what we are experiencing in our emotional state. So this vagus nerve, vagal nerve, this is a very, I mean, this thing here, and I went through massage therapy school. You hear about the vagus nerve. I've heard about it, and people spoke about it. It's just recently, due to some things that I'm researching, different things, I came across the all this information about the vagus nerve, and I thought, wow, this really needs to be out there, because one thing, it's simple. It's simple to apply in everyday life. And we don't want to wait until we get anxious. We don't want to wait until we're tense to practice. These are practices that we can do every day to maintain, as I said, that homeostasis. Now, one thing with stimulating the vagus nerve to help us with our thoughts and help us with our how we perceive, because remember, I had indicated the vagus nerve is part of the digestion. Now I'm gonna go a little deeper. I'm gonna go a little bit metaphysical now. Not only digest being eating and digesting and the acids and all that assimilating in our digestive system, how do we digest information? How do we digest external data? How do we digest associating with people? How do we digest how we feel about ourselves? How do we digest how we think about our world, our immediate surroundings? This, the vagal nerve, helps us stay in balance. Now, a couple of the exercises, let's see, 5, 10, okay, yep, I'm doing a couple more minutes. A couple exercises, one, you can do a massage, and that's a self-massage, and you can do your ear, okay? And I did it in my ear, and I want to show you guys. So what I want you to do, now one thing with massage, for me, when I was going through massage, especially when you massage the intestine, you always go clockwise, never counter, because if you counter clockwise your intestine, you can block yourself up. So being one with energy, my thing is, it's not complicated. The universe is orderly and system. So it's a system to the universe. Even Saturn in its chaos, there's system in there. So my thought is, well, if we need to massage the intestine clockwise, well, then that's the way that the massage should go on all in all movements. So one of the practices of stimulating and helping us to reduce anxiety or keep that balance, that nice calm state with us, is in our ear. Because as you can see, do you see? Oh, you can't see, but you see the two sides of the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve goes all the way down, starts the brainstem, and it goes all the way down to our abdomen. So what we're doing, we are covering every single vital organ system, the stimulation, the energy that it touches, every single vital organ system within, and then also the formless energy of the chakra. It is covering every seven, well, all of them. It's covering the 7 major chakras, the 22 minor, and the 22 secondary, and the 122 minor. So as you can see, it's covering everything, because all of our, with the exception of our skin, of course, and then our muscles, our vital organ systems are within this frame. So I just wanted you to get a visual. So sometimes when you're, you might just be looking at the computer, you might be watching TV or whatever, you may think it's okay, let me do a visual. Let me do a visual on my vagus nerve and just see it, and see that it's so vibrant, yellow and orange, that visualization. But right now, I want to show you an exercise that feels really good. And one is with your ear. So what you can do is you put your, you want to keep your fingernails low, too. But when you do, as you put your finger in your ear, in your canal, can you see this? You know what? I'm gonna stop sharing now. Okay. When you do your ear, put your finger in your ear, and then slowly massage the inside, but go clockwise. You're going to hear the sound of the ocean. Do you hear that? I love that sound. Oh, that feels so, and you're stimulating. And not only are you balancing your emotion, but you're also, like I said, without knowing, you're also stimulating all of your, your internal, the 10 vital organ system. But do you hear that ocean? I do, yeah, or like a seashell. It just now when you do it counterclockwise, you don't, because I did it. I said, oh no, that's what, yeah. So when you do it counterclockwise, you don't hear it. But when you do it clockwise, and then you can do that, and you can do that as long as you want or as short as you want until you get that that feeling, like Josephine closed her eyes to feel it. And then right above, you see the crest, like the on your ear, where you have like the dent in your ear, not in the canal, but up above. Yeah, you can use your finger to massage. You are massaging your ear, and you're stimulating that vagal nerve. But you want to go clockwise: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. You want to go clockwise, and you can do that. These are just things you can do sitting down, just chilling, or whatever. And then you can also, the next one, you guys, is right between your ear, right in the back of your ear, between your hairline and your skin. That's, I call this one part your kneading. Now the first two is circular massage. That's called circular massage. The one that you put in the back, all you do is you pull down on your skin, not hard. You gently pull down, and then you pull up on your skin, and then pull out. And you can do that. And that's just stretching. That's called stretching. And you do both sides. Always do both sides. Just like with massage, you never keep it in balance. Even Reiki, you always balance it out with both. And then with your ear, you can just stretch it. And when you're stretching, this is called kneading. You're just kneading, like you're kneading dough. You're pulling your ear out, just stretching. However, just stretching it, pulling it out, pulling it down, pulling it up, and it just feels so good. And then you just do both sides. And that's how we can stimulate. And there's so many exercises. There's even music. You can do a YouTube search, and YouTube vagus nerve music, and it's SoulBeautiful. And I found some, and I saved it. So, and there's so many exercises, the head thing, looking up, you're stimulating, your neck and all that. But this part, your ears and that is, like I said, not only is that reducing the tension, because, sometimes we have tension and not know it. I developed shingles years ago, and when I went to the doctor, he said, oh, it's because you're experiencing stress. I said, I'm not experiencing stress. I'm not anxious or feeling tense. He said, you're stressed. You just don't know it. And when he said that, that really got to me. I said, I can be stressed and not know it. He said, yes, ma'am. So this not only, that's why I was saying, to do the exercise and learn more about the vagal nerve, to me, it's preventive. It's preventive. Preventive is more to me. It's more what they say. Preventive measures is more worth than a pound of cure. I mean, you know what I mean. If I got to get cured, that means okay, I've already developed things. Prevention means okay, it hasn't happened yet. So for me, I said, you know what? Not only should we do this when okay, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling tense. Not only should we do that at that time, preventing, I mean, just doing this on a regular basis to help stimulate our vagus nerve and just it's loving on it. It's like connecting. We're connecting. We're doing this. We're connecting with that tangible, that formed energy that's within us that helps us to stay calm and to stay in the present and to stay happy as we deal with the stressors of life. Because not all stress is bad either. There's eustress, and eustress is good, but it still has a physiological effect on our internal organs, like that nervous energy, excited energy. So that's the little snippet part on the vagus nerve. All right, and I hope you enjoyed that exercise. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I have a question. Now, do you do each side one at a time, or can you do them together or one at a time?
You know, intuitively, I would say that I've seen them do one at a time, but I'm gonna say, I'm big on intuition. If intuitively you feel I need to do both at the same time, I would say follow what you're experiencing, because that's another form of self recovery. So we're learning about the different things, and even like with the back, I just have to share. I just learned recently. We have low back, and we could go with the sacral, the base. That you're having some issues with in that area. Um, I just recently learned that sometimes when there's a chronic back problem, when massage doesn't work, nothing seems to work, herbs and all that kind of stuff, it's because that vagus nerve it needs to be repaired. And we can humming, hum, because when you do the I mean, you feel it all over the place in your stomach, you feel it all over the place. That's another way of activating, and singing is activating the vagus nerve. So, and it's essentially we want to keep that vagus nerve happy and healthy.
Thank you, Anita, for this interesting informations. Even if I know a little bit about the vagus nerves, it was a pleasure to share this exercise to show that how it is very easy to take care of our vagus nerve, and very essential as its way. So thank you for that. Yeah, it's very
really
helpful
is.
because it's very simple exercise that we can do on the morning, just 5 minutes. You don't need to practice special exercise and hard exercise to empower and to take care of our vagus nerve. So that's interesting.
It's a vibrant, it's a precious part of us that I didn't know how precious. And it's just like I said, this journey is all about self recovery. So it's a form of, it's about self recovery, recovering. The more we know about ourselves, the more powerful or empowered, I'm going to say, that we are. Because we can, and even now, they say how the synapse and the electricity, the electrical currents in our brain and everything. They were saying how you can't control. I just recently, maybe 3 months ago, I watched it longer than that. I watched a documentary, and they were saying that's untrue. You can control how the electricity or the electricity in our brain.
Of course, yeah.
We can control that. So a lot of the things that we say, like even involuntary, this is involuntary. That just and involuntary doesn't necessarily mean we don't have control. It just means it's unconscious. It's an unconscious. So if every time the first thing I do, when something stress comes, I react, that's my natural tendency. Well, I can retrain my natural tendency by stimulating and being conscious of my vagus nerve and letting it do its job, just like our ego. Let the ego do the job. Just like our subconscious, let it do the job, and then we can, because all of it is one. It's one energy and one love. So we're just loving on our vagal nerve. You have any more questions? You guys, any more? No? Okay. Well, you know what? I think this was 8:48, so we had said it was a 45-minute thing. What I do want to ask Anne regarding the breathing. Now, when we were doing the breathing exercise, that was also like meditation, right? Or do you say that's separate from meditation, or how does that go?
Very interesting question. Thank you for this question. Breathing is a meditation, and meditation is in breathing, is breathing. So we cannot separate both. For me, in my work, I think that meditation, the first meditation is meditation on your breathing. So, you know, when you are conscious on your breathing in, you inhale and you exhale, and you feel more conscious on your breathing, you start meditate.
Yeah.
And when I observe, when I work on these functional breathing habits in my work, I tell that if you want to go more deeper on your meditation, you need to work on your breathing first, because your breathing is helpful, and your breathing lets you go more deeper in your meditation.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't meditate, don't meditate, no, don't. It's not their fault. It's often due to their breathing, because dysfunctional breathing habits is limited your meditation function, if I can say that.
Gotcha.
So that's the reason why sometimes you say, oh, I can't meditate. I can't. It's not for me. I'm so nervous. I can't meditate. So, yeah, but it's not your fault. It's,
right.
As you say, anxiety, stress, different perception, different reflex in our body. And the body takes the reflex as a conditional reflex, unconscious reflex. And the dysfunctional breathing habits is triggered by the stress, and stress triggers the dysfunctional breathing habit. It's a vicious cycle. So that's the reason why. That's a reason why sometimes I say, okay, you cannot meditate. It's not your fault. So just try to learn your breathing, because you can learn to breathe better and to meditate after. But first, you concentrate. More you are aware of your breathing, you meditate. So
yeah, I know. As when I was studying meditation, you know, there are the three stages of meditation. The first stage is breathing to get relaxed, and then it's that intention, and then it's the return. So that's why I was asking. Yeah, because of the three stages. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. All right.
I had a question. So when we were doing the breathing, and you had said, breathing from the diaphragm, is it, if you're breathing from different parts, because I've done different breathing exercises where you lay and you put your hands just like you were saying here, and then you let the breath, come here, and you focus there, and then down through, in between the xiphoid process there, and then the solar plexus. Is the different type of breathing have an effect? Are the different types, or the different areas where you're bringing the breath to, does that have a different effect on different, things?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. The most important is to have a functional full breathing. That means that your breathing should be in your diaphragm and in your chest and in all your body, not just in a part. Okay. That's the reason why when we ask somebody to observe the breathing on the diaphragm and put one hand on the belly, oftenly people don't feel the breathing in the chest, because they are more observed, more concerned, more focused on the belly. Mm-hmm. So when you put your both hand, one hand on the chest and on the belly, you just observe the breathing between your both hands. Both hands move. The first hand on the belly move and follow the other hand.
That's cool. That's cool.
So
the importance of breathing. correctly.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, that was a great question. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we have we can have a lot of questions about breathing because we hear a lot of information, a lot of techniques, but I think that it doesn't exist one technique. We are all different. Our physiology is different, but the main important my work, it's functional and full breathing in all our body. We don't have to practice and to block and to retain your breathing. No, let it go. And let more conscious on your breathing, and more your breathing is functional.
yeah, that's cool. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Josephina. And thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed this workshop, self-love workshop.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
good. It's been my
Thank
pleasure and working with you and everything. We do this again. And those of you who watch the replay again, thank you so much. We are so grateful and thankful for you. And at this time, we want to say blessings, peace, and love. And Anne, anything you'd like to say in conclusion?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anita, for this opportunity, this first opportunity in this sisterhood forever. Love and wisdom and peace for everybody. I thank you for your coming. I'm very pleased to meet your friends, your special guests, and feel free to ask me some questions after this workshop. If you need to know more about breathing, it will be a pleasure for me to send you an email or something else. Thank you. It's pleasure. It's not the last meeting together, Anita, for sure.
No, not
it
at
will
all.
be
Just
very
the
great. It was very great. It's the first one.
Absolutely.
The first.
The first. And Josephine, I have your email, so you'll be getting 2 gifts.
Oh, great.
Yeah, for attending, you get a gift. Yes, ma'am, to show our love and appreciation to ya.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we know that the journey of self-recovery is absolutely beautiful, and I know you know so beautiful. All those are watching, both he and she, so are you. So we're going to elevate and touch on that trust, and as you tap into you, I tap into me. We tap into we, because it is one love, one energy, and we are connected. All right. Blessings, everyone.
Blessings.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.